Well, hello there. Thanks for tuning in to another photo critique with me, Mike Lloyd. That is refreshing. From the Boudoir Guild. I love doing photo critiques for a couple of reasons. One, because I constantly learn and remind myself of these concepts when I'm reviewing images. I am a certified PPA judge, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about. But the important thing with photo critiques and why I recommend everyone does them, or at least watches, ideally you would contribute, but if you didn't get in on this one and just want to watch, that's awesome. You will learn so much about photography because I don't just say, oh, well, that's a great image. 97 points. That doesn't help anybody. But instead, I'm going to go through and pick apart the image, talk about the things that were done properly, the things that were done improperly that could be improved upon, also the things that matter and the things that don't. And by that, I mean, let's take the flag raising photo on Iwo Jima that Joe Rosenthal took. If that image wasn't perfectly in focus, no one was going to knock him for that, right? That's just phenomenal photo. It symbolizes the valor and the courage of the United States Marine Corps. And there was a quote that came from that. Somebody said, because of this photo, we will have another 100 years of the Marine Corps. I don't know that it was in question at the time, but it was such a powerful symbolic image. No one is going to pick apart whether it was totally in focus, whether he used the wrong ISO film. It told such a powerful story that some of the technical details could easily be overlooked. And that is the important thing with our photography. We're telling a story, we're creating impact. And if our rim light is a third of a stop underexposed, great. We can work for technical excellence, but it's the story and the impact that is really where we should be focusing our attention. And that's how I judge my images. How much does it jump out at me? And then what can we do to technically improve it? So I'm excited for you to learn from this round of photo critiques, and I will tell you at the end how to submit your own. Okay, cool. So thank you, Rich, for bringing this one to our critique, the first one, kicking it off. So Rich is a phenomenal body painter. I'm stoked for all of you to see more of his images. We've got to work together before a couple times and do some incredible stuff. So, okay, cool. Let me dive in. Firstly, I love the pose. I love the curves here. You totally nailed all of that. I love these lines. Her face here. Composition-wise, I think this is super strong. I'm really, really digging this. The one thing that jumps out at me is the space over here versus over here. And if you draw a line straight down the image, she is totally centered, so that's correct. But it's weighted differently. So I would have put this line down the center because you have so much weight in that arm over here. And not weight like on the scale, but it's impact on the image. And so it seems like it's off center because there's more weight over here in the image. But again, I think the pose is fantastic. Her face right here, I love the pose, the direction. It's a little dark, and I don't think it's underexposed, but compared to how bright her arms are, it makes her face look underexposed and we lose it. I know the face isn't really the focus here, but it would balance out just a little bit more. Or even if you knocked down the arms here, darkened them just a little bit, like an adjustment brush, and drop your highlights or your whites, I think that would make some big impact also. The other thing, it's a good crop here, a good place to do that. And I like that you put one leg in front of the other. I would have gone just a little bit more and actually had them like really close to overlapping down here. It's really close. And again, just things that, since I'm looking for things to change, that's something that I would do. But I love the expression. Everything else looks fantastic. Colors are fantastic. I love all the drips up here. Yeah, I like the lines. Yeah, and Rich, totally correct. An air mattress is great because then you can also pack it up and take it with you anywhere you want to go. So yeah, I'm digging the lines here. Rich, again, the crop like through the neck and like right below her bottom right here seems weird to me. It's too tight. and I'd want to see some more space there. Going a little bit higher above the neck and then lower like mid thigh, something like that would be good. Also, because the paint is so dark, we're like losing her in the background here and the separation here. And it looks like the light source was up this direction and coming down this way, which is great. I love how directional it is, and you can see all, right, the specular highlights here and here. But I'd want to see like some kind of rim light or something to create that separation from the background. Because especially when you're shooting like this, you're just using shape. So without any other elements in there. Also, there's like this light spot over here. It almost looks like, are these UV lights or did you have colored gels on them? But there's that light down here in the corner. And that could be a thing also, right? Instead of a rim light around here, you could light the background over here a little bit to create that separation if she has shadows on her sides. Okay, that's why I bought my course on 2 lights. Exactly. UV lights, cool. I've been wanting to shoot with those too. There's I saw an image recently of someone in a full white body stocking shot with UV lights that, or like a black light, looked incredible. Like a wireframe almost, looked like something from Tron. So yeah, definitely. There are a couple, probably 3 of those 7 would be great, from that lighting course would be great here. Again, it's either having the rim lights or to have like the gradient background light here would be ideal. So cool. But I love the colors otherwise, and I like the pose. We just lose so much of her shape down here that kind of lose some of that effect. I've never shot UV lights before, so we can experiment and play around with it. All right, let's keep rolling. This one also fantastic. Thanks, James. So I love the crop here. I think it's a little bit crowded. Up here, come on. Above the lip. I know colored markers aren't quite working here. It's a little crowded on the lip. So that's one thing that I would change. You've got that little bit of skin between the lip and the nose. That's where I would have cropped this. But I love the crop right here through the forearm, over here, down here. I think everything else is fantastic. I love the texture from all the paint. The lighting is great. And the expression. I think even turning her chin a little bit farther this way, just instead of having the center be here, move the center of her face just a little bit. But again, I'm just looking for things. Otherwise, I think it's fantastic. Well, that was fun. I hope you learned a lot. Let me know down in the comments if you had any big takeaways from this episode. And if you'd like to have your own images featured in one of my critiques, and I really hope you do, please send them on over, mike@boudoirguild.com, and I will be sure to include them in the next round. And if you want to learn more of the technical side, head to boudoirguild.com, where I will walk you through step by step how to light your clients, how to pose your clients, how to get the best connection and tell stories, and then everything else there as well about how to turn all of that into running a profitable business. You are amazing. See you inside.